To the citizens of the world and their choir. It's Refugee Week, and we've been looking at various aspects of refugee life. Well, how about singing together? Because that's what the whole point of the Citizens of the World choir is. And I'm joined on the line now by two people, by Becky Dell, who's the musical director, and by Sonia, who's a refugee from Iran and a member of the choir. Welcome both of you to BBC Radio London. First of all, hello. Hello, Becky. Hello, Sonia.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Right. Let me begin with you, Becky. How long has the choir been going, and how did it get together?
Yeah, so we've been going 3 years now. It started because of an amazing man called Lord Roger Roberts, who's a peer in the House of Lords.
Yep.
He always fights on refugee rights and human rights. And he asked me and a group of other fabulous people who'd all met each other out in the Calais jungle to come together and form a choir. And it's been the biggest, bestest, craziest journey we've ever done. It's been wonderful.
And how many members of the choir do you have? Does it kind of change? Is it kind of a constantly evolving thing? Or?
It does change. We've got about 53 members in at the moment, representing 28 different countries. But a really nice thing, I actually just saw a photo of our first rehearsal 3 years ago, and I realised that 70 to 80% of the people at the first rehearsal are still in the choir.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's fair to say we've really become sort of a family. It's a really wonderful community atmosphere.
Sonia, how did you find out about the choir, first of all?
Well, that was quite horrendous. But it was just, I found out by a leaflet, and then I emailed Neil, which he just directed some stuff in the choir a while ago. And I emailed him because the place we were rehearsing, and we still are, it's quite far away from my place. And I was just deciding, okay, shall I go? Or it's quite far. Okay, just let's try it today. And then I remember the first day I joined, I was like, okay, I'm going to go today. Let's see what's going to happen then.
Could you sing? Did you sing before that?
Well, no, I just had experience some kind of singing at school and university as a group, you know what I mean? It's just, and of course, some singing in the shower, as every people do. So.
Is there a tradition of choir singing in Iran? Is that something that would be part of the culture?
Well, that's a tricky question, because I was growing in an Islamic government,
right,
and women, they are not allowed to sing.
Okay.
And that's a kind of thing, because we were singing just kind of as a group and in the school or kind of thing, but not individual person.
And how much do you enjoy singing here now?
I think this is a part of the best part in my life as a refugee here is just joining the choir.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
Becky, you mentioned that how many different kind of nationalities would you say are represented within the choir?
Yeah, we're so multicultural. We've got 28 different countries from literally all around the world. And, they say that, the world is a book. And if you just stay in one country, you read one page. And I think we've all felt that we've got to know 28 other different pages, different countries a bit better now. And it's been just the best roller coaster, fastest lesson in geography, politics, culture, history, food, music ever. It's been brilliant.
And can all of the people sing in English when they first arrive, or?
Yeah, really good question. So when we started, we did start singing in English, a little bit in Zulu, and then we sort of expanded our repertoire now, and we sung in Farsi, in Welsh, lots of different languages. And for some of our refugee members, their English maybe wasn't very good at the beginning, but by the process of singing and being in a community, because we're half refugees and half non-refugees in our choir to aid community integration, by being part of a community that is speaking English, it has really helped their English English, which has been a really lovely side effect of being in the choir.
You mentioned Welsh. Are there a lot of Welsh refugees?
No, that's our lovely Meg, who's our assistant musical director. But also Lord Roberts is Welsh, so we do have a really nice Welsh connection to the choir.
That would make sense. Now, in normal times, where do you meet and where do you perform and where do you practice and stuff?
Yeah, so we rehearse at the lovely Mycenae House in Greenwich in South East London. And if you don't know it, when it's back open, go to it. In fact, I think that opens for Outside Coffees this week. It's an amazing arts venue run by Mark and a team who are brilliant. And that's been our home for the last 3 years. Refugee Week, of course, is normally our biggest gigging week of the year. I think last year we were at the Globe, St Paul's Cathedral with the UNHCR, Houses of Parliament, the BBC. And it's really strange to not be doing that this week. So we largely gig in London. But this evening, to celebrate Refugee Week, seeing as we can't do any gigs, we are doing an online rehearsal, an open rehearsal. And I should say, since lockdown, we've been doing online rehearsals within our choir. But we've decided to throw our doors open this evening to anybody that wants to join us. So go to our social media. You can sign up on Eventbrite and you'll be sent a link and come and join us and have a good old thing this evening.
And you don't need to be a refugee for that?
You don't, absolutely not. Just anybody that is an ally to the cause.
So, Sonia, have you missed getting together in this period of time?
Yeah, of course. But the good thing is, thanks to technology, we're still in touch through the Zoom, and we have our rehearsal every week because honestly, the choir is not just a community for me. Maybe the first day it was just a community, but we became a family. We share tears, we share our happy time, we share our pain, our story and everything. That's I think the strong thing in the choir. We are a family now.
What a wonderful advertisement for the choir, Becky.
Oh, it really is. I think the management team, when we started the choir because we wanted to respond to something. There was, it's been a refugee crisis and we wanted to respond to that. And, without sounding too cheesy, I don't think any of us had anticipated the absolutely profound and life-changing impact it would have on us. And, Sonia, I call her my sister from Iran, and I have a new mother from Kenya, and I have a brother from Pakistan, and my parents have sort of unofficially adopted Sonia as their daughter, and they look after everyone in the choir. And, we have all come together and just have this glorious multicultural mix of people who, at our core, we're humans and we share our common humanity. And I think that's just so important to remember, and we celebrate in our common humanity.
Becky, very quickly, tell us how people can find out more.
Go to our social media pages, Citizens of the World Choir, and sign up to our Eventbrite link there.
And we've been hearing about that from Becky and Sonia. Thank you both very, very much.